You ever feel like you're just throwing your resume into a black hole? You spend hours tailoring it, you write the perfect cover letter, you click submit, and then nothing. Just crickets. It is so frustrating. But what if I told you the problem isn't your resume? What if the game itself is rigged? Well, today we're going to unlock what's called the hidden job market. We'll find the strategy that actually gets you hired for the best jobs. The ones that you never even see advertised. So let's just start with one number that should completely change how you think about job hunting. 80%. That's the estimated percentage of jobs that get filled through things like referrals and internal moves. Think about that for a second. It's a huge number, and it means that the vast majority of opportunities are totally invisible if you're only looking at online job boards.
And this quote right here, it just hits the nail on the head. The best jobs are gone before they are even posted. This isn't just a clever saying, it's the truth. It's not that you're not qualified, it's that the real race is already over before the starting gun even fires for the public. The best gigs, they go to people who are already known, who are already trusted, and recommended from inside.
Okay, so this brings us to a really important realization. There isn't just one job market out there. Nope, there are actually two, and they're running side by side. One of them is that black hole for your resume we talked about, and the other, well, the other one is where your career can really, truly take off. Just look at this breakdown. It's like two different worlds. Over here, you've got the posted job market. This is what we all know, right? It's public, it's absolutely flooded with hundreds, sometimes thousands of applicants, and it's all run by these automated filtering systems. But then you have the hidden job market. This is private. It's all based on referrals. There's almost no competition. And yep, this is where that 80% of jobs are actually filled.
So, here's the bottom line, and it's a tough pill to swallow. If your entire job search strategy is just clicking the apply button online, you are literally fighting over the scraps. You're competing for just 20% of the roles that are left over, and you're doing it against the biggest crowd possible. It's a losing game.
But don't worry, there is a key to unlock this hidden market. There's a really powerful strategy, and it's called the advertised inbound. And this is how you get to bypass that whole broken system. So what is it? It's actually pretty simple. The advice inbound is when you reach out to people in your target industry for just a quick 15-minute chat to ask for their advice. Now, did you catch that key phrase? For advice, not for a job. This one little switch changes the entire dynamic. People love being asked for their expertise. They don't love being asked for a job by a stranger. And the reason this is so powerful is right here. It lets you completely sidestep the applicant tracking system. That's the resume reading robot that automatically rejects most applications before a human ever sees them. You get to skip all of that and go straight to a real human connection. Suddenly, you're not just another PDF. You're a person, a recommended person. And what's cool is that this sets off a powerful chain reaction. See, first, you ask for advice, which builds an instant connection. Then you gain amazing, real-world insights you can't get anywhere else. Then, at the end of the chat, you ask the magic question, who else do you think I should talk to? And boom, that gets you a warm introduction to someone new, and this whole networking engine just starts all over again. Okay, theory is great, but how do you actually do this? Let's get practical. We're going to walk through the action plan and see how you can build this into a repeatable process that you can literally start using today. We can break the whole thing down into 3 simple phases. First, you got to prepare. Second, you have the actual conversation. And third, and this is crucial, you have to follow up. Every single step is important to making this work.
All right, stage 1. Preparation. This is your homework. First, you're going to use LinkedIn to find people who have the kinds of roles you're interested in. Second, you'll write a very short, very respectful message that makes it crystal clear you're only asking for 15 minutes of their advice. Again, not a job. And third, you do a little digging on them and their company so you can ask smart, thoughtful questions. Now, for the conversation itself, your main job here is not to talk. It's to listen. Seriously. Ask open-ended questions about their career, their industry, the challenges they're facing. This isn't the time to just read off your resume. Instead, when it feels natural, you can connect your own experience by saying something like, wow, that's so interesting. In a past project, I actually worked on a similar problem by doing X. And here it is. Pay attention, because this is the single most important question you will ask. Based on our discussion, who else in your network do you think I should speak with? This question is the engine of the entire strategy. It's what turns one chat into a whole network of opportunities, moving you from one warm introduction to the next. Do not leave the call without asking it. But your work isn't over when you hang up. Nope. You need to send a quick, personalized thank you note that mentions something specific you learned from the chat. Then you nurture that new relationship. Every now and then, send them a relevant article or a quick update. You're building your own personal network that gets you around those automated systems. Okay, finally, let's talk about the mindset that really makes all of this click into place. This is the shift in thinking that takes you from being just another job seeker to a really sought-after candidate. You have to completely flip the script in your head. Instead of thinking, I need to get a job, start thinking, how can I diagnose this person's problem or this company's problem? When you go into these conversations with genuine curiosity and a real desire to understand their challenges, the whole dynamic changes. You become a problem solver, not just an applicant begging for a job. And that's because, at the end of the day, the most successful candidates aren't always the ones with the flashiest resume. They're the ones who, just by listening and asking smart questions, make the hiring manager feel truly understood. Empathy. That becomes your superpower. It's your ultimate competitive advantage. Let's wrap this up with one powerful idea that sums up everything we've talked about. As the quote says, you aren't there to ask for a job, you're there to provide a solution. When you can show how you solve problems and make their life easier, the job offer just becomes the next logical step. So the real question I want to leave you with is this. The old way of just applying for jobs online is clearly broken. It treats you like a bunch of keywords on a piece of paper. This new way, though, it treats you like a strategic partner. So are you ready to stop applying and start solving?